How's it going, guys? I'm going to be telling you a little bit about some reasons we should be critical of social media and why it's kind of important, not just to use them wisely, but some reasons that we should pay attention and make sure that we are not sharing too much information about ourselves. And so I'm going to start off by telling a few different stories, some fictional stories, but then I'm going to reflect on them and relate them to this topic. And then I will also be giving a couple of other tips as well. The first story is about a boy named Jimmy who gets catfished when trying to meet up with someone on Tinder. He swipes right and matches with a beautiful girl named Samantha, and he falls in love with her after they had been chatting for a while. They had made plans to meet up and hang out and have a good time. However, when he went to meet up with them, he realized that it was a creepy old man and it was not the right person that he was expecting. This story shows us that you should be careful with who you're sharing your information with, who you're meeting up with, because people online can have a different identity than what they really are in real life. Personally, I have not had an experience like this, but I have learned that people online can try to pretend like they're someone that they're not and appear differently than who they are in real life, so we should be careful about that. Story number 2 is about a girl named Lisa who has a shopping addiction. Lisa loves to buy different pair of shoes from all different types of stores. She goes to Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom and buys shoes all the time at the local mall and uses her parents' credit card, and they're not too happy about that. So she decides to join Facebook and use that to occupy her time instead of buying shoes. However, on the side of Facebook, it continuously pops up different stores that she shops on, Nordstrom.com and Zappos, and encourages her to buy new shoes. Because of her addiction, she can't help it, and then she buys a lot more shoes, and even though she tries to use Facebook as a distraction, it ends up making her addiction worse. So personally, I love to online shop as well. I wouldn't call myself an addict, but I definitely do it more than I should. And I think part of the reason of that is because Facebook knows so much about me. They know exactly what I want to buy, and when they put it right up on the side of the page, it's kind of tempting, and it's not easy to really resist that temptation because they know exactly what I want, they know my interests, and they know how to sell it to me. So they definitely have made me spend more money than I would have liked, and that's definitely something that we should notice and recognize. And when Facebook is trying to tell us to buy something, they're trying to make money, so we should be careful of that. A couple other ways we see these problems on social media and reasons we should be critical are that on Facebook, a lot of the times the viewpoints that we agree with are the videos and articles that show up, which makes it difficult for us to really see the other opinions. For example, if you're a Hillary supporter, you're not going to see many pro-Donald Trump arguments. However, you will see a lot of things that bash him, which further polarize your viewpoint. And that's definitely problematic for the election. In addition, a lot of the friendships that we make online are very superficial, and they also are not very deep, meaningful friendships. We see what they're doing, and we communicate quickly with like a comment or a like. However, we don't really hear a lot about what they're doing abroad and the different trips that they're doing other than just seeing a picture of them. So that means that we have a lot of different friends, but they're very weak ties, and it's hard to maintain strong, true friendships, which is one of the things that social media claims that they do, but it doesn't really work that way in reality. There was a really cool photo album that I found that's called Removed, which basically shows people in different social, quote-unquote, social situations, but they're just looking at their phone, and it makes them look really lonely and removed from different situations. And I thought this was interesting and really relevant because while social media is supposed to connect us and bring us closer, we're addicted and we're constantly looking at social media sites like Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and looking at stories, but we're not spending time with the people around us and continuing to build our friendships. So that's another thing that we should pay attention to.